Good morning and welcome to WriterGreg on Twitch.tv. Glad that you could all make it and starting off the weekend right with some morning marches. Glad that you could be here. Hello and a thank you to Zangdafil for the follow before the stream even began. Good morning, James and Word Slayer, glad to have you here. Thank you so much for being here so early in the morning and getting, or midday or evening. You know, it really doesn't matter, but I'm just going to say good morning because that is what I have. Yes, it is 12:30 British Standard Time. Yes. And it's hopefully, I'm glad that you're going to be able to be here in the middle of the day for some writing sprints. All right, so today being Saturday, and we are having our Morning Marches Extended Edition. For the next 3 hours, we are going to be together working on sprints, writing, and getting progress done, because that's the thing. We need to get things done. And the best way to do it is 10 minutes at a time, in my personal opinion. All right, so we will be starting our first sprint in about 4 minutes. British summertime. Oh, okay. British summertime. What's your, then, is it BWT for like British winter time? GMT is our standard. Okay, so you call it BST during the summer and GMT during the winter. Oh. Am I understanding that correctly? Because it's MST and MDT here at -6 or -7. I keep forgetting which one it is. I always mess up between 6 and 7. Yes, I detest daylight savings. Let's pick one. All in, all out. Just pick. Mushy Tangerine, welcome. Glad that you could make it. Thank you for coming. All right, so let's get into the thought of the day before we start our next sprint. Our first sprint. The bigger the issue, the smaller you write. Remember that. You don't write about the horrors of war. No, you write about a kid's burnt socks lying on the road. You pick the smallest, manageable part of the big thing, and you work off the resonance. Richard Price. Now think about that. When we are talking about huge sweeping epics, we can pick one thing, one small thing, and describe that and allow the resonance, the feelings, the emotion of that one small object to fill the area and have that emotional energy transferred to the much larger thing. An idea from cinema is from the original animated Mulan. When they saw the decimated city, yeah, we knew there was a decimated city, but what item did Mulan focus on? She focused on the doll of the little girl who obviously lost the doll. It was implied that she died, and that doll was found by Shang Yu, I think was the bad guy's name. He found the doll. He says, "We must return the doll to a little girl is missing her doll," something like that. And so then we can see that, and then he returned the doll, and we see again the same doll, but instead of the context of being a living village, it was now a dead village. And so we could see the horrors of war, oh my, he not only returned the doll, but he killed the doll's owner. And so that's why this idea that we have here, I think, can be very resonating for us. Okay, so that is the thought of the morning, as morbid as it may be. So remember, if you would like to have a copy of the meme that I used, please visit the Orchard Discord and go to the memes writing channel. All right. So, and also we have the live stream discussions channel in the fruit stand section. So if you'd like to post pictures or post links, feel free to do it over in live stream discussions. All right. There we go. Okay, so I need to start the timer for our first sprint of the morning. Mushy Tangerine, thank you so much for contributing to the 1 million lemon challenge. And I'm doing great. I'm here. It's morning. Let's get to it. So we will turn the music up. We will turn the microphones off, and I will see you in 10. And there we go. That is the end of our first sprint of the morning. Glad that you. Thanks for those who have joined. Hi, Dan the Noodle Man. I wanted to let you know some things that I'm doing later today, and that is this. Okay, if you go to facebook.com/WriterGreg, you will see that I have posted a link to eventbrite.com where Dan the Noodle Man is going to be hosting what I learned writing a screenplay in a week. This is when I met Dan the Noodle Man in the middle of this challenge where he was writing an entire screenplay in 1 week. Very similar to what we novelists are doing during NaNoWriMo, and I believe this could be very helpful for us to understand creating a large amount of creativity in a short amount of space or a short amount of time. And so this could be a helpful preparation for novelists who are preparing for NaNoWriMo. And Dan the Noodle Man has posted the link directly in the chat, 1 week challenge eventbrite.com. So I will be attending this later today, 12 p.m. CDT, that is Central Daylight Time. So adjust accordingly to your local schedule. And please feel free to follow me at facebook.com/WriterGreg for other posts. All right, there we go. Let's see. James has added 53 words in his sprint. And hey, good morning, Coffee Quills. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. All right. So, let's see. What am I doing? What I'm doing is I am working on scene 33 of 59, I believe. Okay, 83 words and research on creative writing degrees. Interesting. MFAs. Masters of Fine Arts with an emphasis in creative writing is what they are called in the States. And usually it requires a bachelor's degree of something to get into an MFA program. But there is a book that I've read. If you go to DIY MFA, oh, come on, mouse work. Okay. So, you may want to be interested in this do-it-yourself Masters of Fine Arts, where the person of this behind this website takes you through the Masters of Fine Art process without going to school. Of course, she has a book and all that stuff. So if you're interested in having some of the information without all of the cost, you may want to look into that. Okay, we did have an alarm go off, so let us get ready for the next sprint. All right, there it goes. All right, we're going to turn the music up, turn the microphones off. I will see you in 10. All right, there we go. That is the end of the sprint. Good morning, everyone. All right, how did we do? Okay, I completed scene 33 during that sprint. So I need to go up and mark that one done. And I am starting on scene 34. Mushy Tangerine had 114 words. Coffee Quill still researching open submission calls for today's blog posts. Don't want it to always be horror. Yeah, my chapter here is doing a horror anthology, and I did not write a piece for that. Yeah, I don't do the horror. Thank you, Tangerine. I do appreciate it. "47 words on the red smithing." Yeah, James, you were having quite the conversation yesterday during Dan the Noodle Man's stream about the difference between red smithing and the other kinds of smithing. That was an interesting conversation. I try to make sure there's at least a month before the deadline and that the two topics are different. Oh, good. That is cool. Okay, that got denied. Why did profanity? That wasn't profanity. That was okay. Allowing that. That was BB code. A redsmith is a metalsmith that specializes in making items from copper. Unlike the Wikipedia definition, they do not work with brass as well as copper. If they were, they would be called a brownsmith. Yep. I think that's a great explanation on how your world is different. I wouldn't put that in prose, but that is really good information for someone who wants to know more about your world building. Dazzla Cat, good morning. Hey, Siobhan. Did I miss your raid? No? Okay. Welcome. 1,950 words during your stream. That is some serious productivity. Way to go. Good job. No raid today. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. All right. I did hit a slight milestone. In Wikipedia's article on metalsmiths, they do say that redsmiths are copper only. Okay. I raid you 3 of the 6 days you stream. Okay, well that's very very much appreciated. I know the importance of spreading the love around and the raids around, the love around, same thing. I totally appreciate it every time you do, but completely understand if you don't do it every time. That is totally okay. All right, so here we start with another sprint. Let's make sure you save your work. Make sure that you are ready to go, and let's do this. Turning on the countdown. There, yeah, sometimes it takes a bit for it to recognize that a sprint's happening. Okay, music up, microphones off. I'll see you in 10. All right, there we go. How did everybody do? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, James. Yeah, double twitching. I like that phrase, Dazzlecat. You know, is double twitching when you watch the same stream with two accounts, or watching two streams with the same account? Or do we even need to have that distinction? Gothic romance call. Coffee Quills. A gothic romance. Oh, plus a second chance romance. Ah. Apparently, yes, love is in the air because deadlines are required to release an anthology by February. All right, let's see. Thank you, James, for the shout out on Dan the Noodleman stream. I really appreciate people getting out there, sharing the information, sharing this stream, and I really appreciate it. Let's see, Dazzlecat, 14 lines on paper. James, 43 words on redsmithing. 2 accounts on one stream. Like Wuthering Heights. Oh, the gothic romance plus a second chance was Wuthering Heights. You know, it's funny. I took a concurrent enrollment on British literature in school, and it was just interesting. You know, we did a lot of Shakespeare. Oh no, wait, we did Much Ado About Nothing. We did, was it Jane Eyre? I have this one for audio on the stream, and the other currently have you muted and the music playing on repeat, so I can mute easy on the Sprint music. Sometimes doesn't vibe with me. That's fair. Yeah, that is totally fair. I love movie soundtracks, and this is the closest thing that I came with movie soundtracks. All right, so I was able to finish scene 34 during my sprint. It was only about a page long, so it's kind of meh, really short. This next scene, 35, is much longer. I already know that. Can I write a stream so if I'm away, I can see you as you can? Okay, can also be for writing stream, so if I'm away, I can see you as you can't categorize the streamer. Okay. It's all good to me. I do not oppose double twitching. All right, let's see. Oh, I did want to mention, I did hit a quasi, no, it's a milestone. It's a milestone. This morning, Zhang DePhil followed me before the stream and I hit 150 followers this morning. And thank you so much for everyone who has followed, and thank you everyone who is here in the stream this morning. I'm just really excited to be able to reach that kind of a milestone, and it's all because of the different groups like the Anvilite Streamer Core, Twitch Writer Network. Just thank you. And I love that we have double digits of people viewing live now and being able to work on your goals 10 minutes at a time. Hey, Sudin. Good morning. Yep, thank you for all the hype, Dazzlecat. All right, so there is the start for our next sprint, so let's get to it. All right, turn the music up, microphone's off. I'll see you in 10. we go. The end of the sprint. Songbird, how are you? Good to have you here, and I'm glad to know that you survived the week of school and teaching all those beautiful little children, those angels that are bestowed upon you every day. Any other sarcasm that I can twist in there? Yeah, glad that you could make it. Thank you for coming by. Yes, a little bit of sarcasm. I remember school. All right, Jazz Little Cat got 16 lines done. BB code for James. Yeah, most of them are Angel. The Lady writes, thank you so much for the bits. I do appreciate that. Thanks for the cheer. I don't know if this works. Does this work? Yeah, there we go. I added that. Yay. So thank you so much. I think that's the default animation for bits. It is pretty cool. And the SO command came from Streamlabs default library. So thank you so much. And yeah. Oh no, wait. Let's see. Let me play that animation again. Ah, yes. That animation came from the theme pack that I use for that I used here. I bought from Nerd or Die. It was the whole package, so that it replaces the default. So yeah. So thank you so much for coming, and all right, so looks like some fun stuff going in the chat. A meet cute between the water elemental and a fire elemental. That'll be steamy. Sorry, I had to. All right. Alright, well, that I was able to finish scene 35. I've made the joke too, Greg. Oh, good. I'm not the only one. It's... But, yeah, sleeping is a good thing. I don't know what it means anymore, but yeah, sleeping in is a good thing. Alright, so I'm just going to clean up a little bit of BB code here. Alright, and make sure everyone please make sure that you are saving your work during the breaks so that you don't lose anything. After I alternate between sleep is for the week and sleep is for the week. Aha, I like that. That is fun. All right, here we go. We got another sprint lined up. So let us get that going. All right, music up. No, this is one of those really quiet songs. Oh well. Adjust knobs as needed. All right, microphone's off. I will see you in 10. All right, there we go. And once again, the applause and the end of the music mysteriously align themselves. Lady writes, have fun getting some coffee. I do hope that your cats do leave your stuff alone. All right, let's see. 43 words on redsmithing for James Woodwright. I read this next scene 36 here. Now starting to put more information in it. 10 lines on paper, thinking about plot lines. Yeah, Tangerine, 148 words. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Ugh. Sorry. I was gonna show off the dog, but in the middle of the sprint, he just got up and left. Did well. There we go. Oh. And a nice stretch. Yeah, figuring out the plot lines can be a challenge, and that's... Yeah, I'm a little sleepy, but I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. What can I say? Yeah, that's why I do really like plotting things out beforehand, because I'm able to then not worry about trying to figure out what happens next as I'm trying to write things. I like to compartmentalize my mental energies while I'm doing my writing. So when I am sprinting my first draft, I'm only thinking about translating plot points into prose, as opposed to planning a plot point, then translating it to the thing. And so it's very different for everyone, like E Songbird is saying. I try to plot things and my characters go and do something completely different. Very fair. That is one thing that some writers have. I don't. My deviation comes in the plotting process because I get really granular. It might as well be a version of the document. I mean, you could say that my outline is almost a list of stage directions. I mean, to take that idea from playwriting, is that my outline is pretty much... then you can write more to get them back on track. That's true. Or you can just stop it and pretend they're back on track and then fix that in the second round of edits. It just, there's a million ways to write a book, and my hope, not to be interrupted by my alarm all the time. My hope is that through the process of these sprints, these morning marches, if you will, that you are able to find your process, that you are able to find how things work for you. But unfortunately, as I've heard from other writers, the process can change from book to book. It just depends. So it's a never-ending cycle of learning and growing. But what doesn't change? Work. So speaking of work, let's get going. I like the write more, because it can be cut as a short story or a seed to something else. Ah, very good, Dazzler Cat. Very good. All right. These sprints work so well. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Tangerine. Gambate! All right. Microphone off. Bye. go. RS, here we are. Okay, so we have completed 90 minutes of writing sprints on this stream, and that is halfway through the sprints of the morning. So those of you who have been here from the beginning, congratulations on completing those 6 sprints. We are going to keep going for another 90 minutes. So this is our extended edition of Morning Marches, where we will be going on for 3 hours total. So please stick around and we will keep going. Let's see, okay, did not write. How stills are made in redsmithing. All right, wrote 12 lines, erased 3. Still a positive number. All right, so in the Pomodoro method, it is important to take a long break. And so this is going to be my quote-unquote long break of the thing. Let's see, 98 words for tangerine. A bit of a slow day. It's 98 more words than you had before. So, yeah, so we're just going to keep going forward. Does anyone have any questions or comments or things that they'd like to talk about during the break? I may need to get up and stretch a little bit or grab some breakfast. Saturdays are chill days for me on writing sprints. Yes. 3 lizard videos viewed since I joined the stream. You watch 3 lizard videos. You're not a biology teacher, Songbird. Oh, you're writing an article on lizard folk. Oh, okay. Whovian? Like, Doctor Who has lizard folks. Madame Estra, I think, is there. So, you know, Madame Vastra, Silurians. Okay, thank you for the correction. I do like Madame Vastra, and the fact that she was Sherlock Holmes, the equivalent of, you know, that is definitely something that you could look into to see how the Whovian universe did the lizard folk, and then you can extrapolate, modify from there using them as a foundation, and to see, okay, well, this is what they've done, this is how I'm going to do it different. It may be a little bit easier than starting from scratch by using a foundation. Okay, OC and D&D based story is lizard folk. Yeah, I have a set of twins, one severely nearsighted, the other farsighted, that work together to man the cannons. Interesting. I am off the cook breakfast. Okay, Deslecat, enjoy cooking breakfast. I think I have another interviewee that's trying to... Oh, the lizard folk of the 19th... There's the 3rd Doctor, the 5th Doctor, and the 11th Doctor all meant lizard folk in the Whovian universe. I did not know that. I haven't watched any classic Who. Alright, so I am going to start up a sprint. Even though that this is a break, I'm still going to time it. If we need something to talk about, I could use character ideas of pirate crewmates my party might interview from their own ship. Okay, well, let me get this started. because we do want to remain on schedule even though we are... No, I haven't watched Classic Who. I don't have it. I don't have the availability. Okay, yeah, Tangerine, definitely. If you're in a good rhythm, keep on writing. Okay, so I am going to mute the microphone. I'm going to step away for a little bit, and then Daily Motion. I'm going to step away for a little bit, and then I'll be back before the end of the sprint, and just keep this going. All right, see you in a bit. As you can see, Coda is doing much better. The inflammation around his eyes and his jowls has really decreased a lot, and he's you know, looking very much like a normal dog again. So yeah. I gotta put my earbuds back in here. Of course, he decides to show up when I get a snack for myself. Yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Sucking a sherbet lemon. Hi, Scribe. The U-Haul guy I just talked really sounded like Mr. New Vegas. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah. He's a good boy. Okay, so, oh, this one doesn't have the countdown timer on it. Better switch back. Oh, okay, 34 seconds left. That works. A sherbet lemon is a hard lemon-flavored muggle sweet that is filled with the fizzy sweet powder. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. I think it's hilarious, and I don't know why. But the moderator, the auto mod that I have set up here for spicy content always blocks the short link to Ode to Blocks. And I have no idea why. The random characters that it has blocks it. Okay. Okay, I didn't know a sherbet lemon, because that sounds like a lemon head. A hard lemon-flavored muggle sweet that is filled with fizzy sweet powder. Okay. Yeah, because a sherbet in American English is an ice cream, a frozen treat that is not based on a dairy product. Almost like a whipped and crushed up popsicle, if I understand what a sherbet is correctly. So yeah. Fun fact, I am the same age as Percy Weasley. Yeah, but it's not sour. Oh, that's true. Yeah, a sherbet is sweet, not sour. Okay, so, oh, sherbet in UK is something akin to the powder in Fun Dip. Okay, yeah. The sherbet lemon is a popular sweet in the UK and is included in many sweet shops. It is the main flavor of boiled sweets and with powdered sherbet centers, such as sherbet fruits, where sherbet lime, strawberries, black currants, strawberries, and oranges are popular flavors. The sherbet lemon has a citrus taste and is sour and tangy. The sherbet in the middle explodes, making the sweet suddenly more sour. Oh. My jowls are puckering as I read that. Do you know why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Oh no. I feel a dad joke coming on. My dad joke senses are coming on. Why, Scribe? Why do kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Oh, Ben. No. We must embrace the dad joke. Or was that a serious question? I don't know. It sounded like it's the cinnamon swirl and everything. Are you watching Saturday morning cartoons, Scribe? Is it? That is fun. The cinnamons. Yeah, I am Saturday morning cartoons. I think that you and I grew up when Saturday morning cartoons were still good. I am Saturday morning cartoons. Alrighty. Okay, so the long break is now over. So let us get back to the sprinting regimen. And we will we'll work on that. Okay, there we go. There is the sprint timer. Let me turn the music up. I'll turn the microphone off, and I will see you in 10. And the puns are flying fast and furious in the chat. Don't trust people that do acupuncture. They're backstabbers. That's a good one. All right. How did everybody do? This 72 words for James. Right. This scene is a much longer scene, and I really like it. The dialogue between the two main romance is just fun. More research. Okay. I found the source for the paper I'm writing. Oh, good. Tangerine did research on music schools and wrote 79 words. Very good. So, Songbird, you're not allowed to say what kind of research because you're a member of your gaming party is in in the chat as well. I would not doubt that. Oh yeah, Tangerine. Songbird is a teacher of music. He knows you're already researching lizard folk. Yeah, so Tangerine and Songbird, you could ask questions or ask and answer questions. That would, yeah, good connection made there. Good connection. All right, so helping you find inspiration in nature. I had fun researching the Komodo dragon, and the Komodo dragon is one of the totem animals of one of my kingdoms. There is a sign on the lawn at a drug rehab center that said, "Keep off the grass." Oh. I've discovered an older show. It's called Elementary. It is a retelling of Sherlock Holmes, but he's living in New York City, and instead of a Dr. John Watson, it's a Dr. Joan Watson, played by Lucy Liu. Sorry. And I found it interesting, and I really like the twist that Sherlock is going through detox. Yeah, that's a fair thing, but I really like crime procedurals, cop shows. I really like NCIS, CSI New York specifically. I really didn't care for Miami. Vegas was cool because it was the first one, but I really liked CSI New York. And so Elementary brings back that New York City crime show vibe. Well, yeah. Okay, true. It isn't that big of a twist. Yeah, you're right. It isn't that big of a twist. But the idea that he absolutely detests his NA or his 12-step meetings. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. Okay. Oh, I like crime shows. I don't enjoy the magical genius trope. I worked as an analyst for the military and got tired really quick of people who would walk in thinking they were Sherlock reincarnated. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. James, we're using a template, the profession template from World Anvil, benefits? Are there any benefits aside from financial payment? Does being able to go out to the workshop occasionally a benefit that can go in there? Your call. Your call. Okay, so we got another sprint that needs to start. All right, there we go. Turn the music back up. We'll turn the microphone off and see you in 10.
Welcome to Andromeda.
Seriously, sometimes 10 minutes flies by so fast. How did everyone do? Moondare! Afternoon, good afternoon. Getting down to some writing at last. Well, that's great to hear. That is great. Thank you for being here. Let's see. The roundest knight at King Arthur's round table was Sir Cumference. All right, thanks. Thanks, Scribe. All right, James, 76 words, mushy tangerine, 145 words. Automod doesn't mind the puns. It didn't like the spelling of the first syllable of your knight's last name. Let me just leave it at that. The light bulb. Woo. Yeah. I don't know if I'm learning more bad words from having to figure out why AutoMod is blocking these messages. Moondare, yep, finishing my Alien Kingdoms article for Fransalia. Made a good start. Not bad. Hey, that is good. Yes, my AutoMod is intense. If I have an idea why the room is not brighter, if I have an idea, why is the room not brighter? Good point. Yes. Yeah, I do have my AutoMod set pretty high. But my Twitch, my rules, I guess. Let's try another. Oh, good. Atheists don't solve exponential equations because they don't believe in higher powers. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. All right, so I did finish scene 35. I did like it because of the information. That I liked the chemistry between these two, Angelina and Elias, and I don't know why, but having if you think there's a lot of that's true, pre-calc. Oh. I miss math class. Math was one of my favorite subjects. Geometry. Geometry was probably my favorite mathematical class. I loved proofs. So, yeah. Applied math. Yeah, that's fun. And I think geometry, but see, I like diagrams and pictures. Yeah, okay. I can see that. All right, so let's get back into the next sprint. And yeah, I'm sorry, Luther, but I was terrible at many, many other classes. All right, music up, microphones off. I'll see you in 10. Bye, Songbird. All right. How was that sprint for everyone? I turn the music down a little bit. How was everyone doing? I've read scene 37 here. 115 words for Tangerine. James had 163 words on red smithing. All right. Yeah, and that's a good question there that you had about what do you call, cutlery and crockery. That does sound pretty cool. What do you call the bowls and plates? Crockery makes sense. There's a crock pot. I'm not exactly sure about the etymology of that word, but it sounds cool. Does definitely give it an older vibe, because you wouldn't say, well, it would. It's not a word that Americans use very much, right? Well, I've never used it. You're right, Luther. Crockery is bowls and plates and cups. Cutlery is silverware. Yeah, it's just I'm not as familiar with the word crockery as I was cutlery. It's nice that those things are both out there. Okay, Tangerine, I'm near the end of my story and it feels like it's taking forever to get through the final scenes. Yeah, that is totally understandable. Let's see, crockery, English, 18th century. Yep. Not very common in the US. Yep. That makes sense. All right. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Good morning. Can you shut my door, please? How are you? All right. See ya. I'm not alone anymore. We have other people awake in the house. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's time for them to wake up. Yeah. It's all good. It is definitely all good. Okay, so we will have our sprint starting up here in a little bit. We only have a half an hour left. 2 more sprints. Is this the next sprint before the last? Yes, there are 2 sprints left today, James. This is the next sprint before the last one. Yeah. I finished, I'm in 37, so I was able to get refamiliarized with scene 37. It's a bit longer and a lot more discussion. I like the conversation. All right, James has redeemed a sprint takeover. Perfect. All right, so we will still have the sprint. Red Smith, work in progress. Okay. It's a first draft. All right. What kind of information are you looking for? What should I add? All right, we can do that. Okay, there's that. Let's get the sprint started. Okay, Red Smith. View. Zoom. Fit. What is a red smith? A red smith is a metalsmith that specializes in making items from copper. Unlike the Wikipedia definition, they do not work with brass as well as copper. If they were, they would be called a brownsmith. As with blacksmiths, The tools they use are similar, so redsmiths use a forge, tongs, hammers, and anvils. Hey Isaac, thanks for the raid. Get ready! Okay, so here we have a selection of hammers, an example of a forge used, okay, in the BB code. We are in the middle of a sprint takeover, so I thought I started the sprint. Okay, so we are reviewing James Woodwright's article on redsmithing. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Dinosaur Bob. Okay, the difference lies, the redsmith trade lies in more beautiful items. They will have hammering templates which they hold the copper over to hammer the copper to the desired shape. These templates can be something that can be held in a vise as well, as in the Hardy hole and Pritchell hole on the flat face anvil. Okay. As with other extra employment roles, there are levels. As the levels increase, so do the intensity of the role. To progress in the role of redsmith, the redsmith needs to show the ability to work with the copper of his level to a certain level. With level 1, redsmiths, they progress to level 2 by showing the ability to work with tools and not severely hurt themselves working with cherry hot metal. That sentence is a little difficult to read because of the extensive use of the word level. Maybe if there's a way to work around it, not sure. While most extra employments will have a review after 5 months of labor, most other extra jobs wait until the remainder of the year for the progression to happen. This is not the case with the redsmiths. As long as the person with the role has passed 5 months, the 5 months review, they can progress at any time. It could be any time the following year. If it is done before March, then the owner of the business can request a new level 1 redsmith. Lower levels, if they are not given work to do that affects end products such as making plates, they will be helping higher levels by flattening metal with a hammer or cutting it to size, ready for the product to be made. The building will have the facilities to have a forge indoors and will be only one floor, unlike other buildings which may have more floors for the business or for residential purposes. This is because of the large amount of heat coming from the forge. The bigger redsmiths, they can produce bigger items. This also means that the level progression is higher. The highest level can be 6. For smaller ones, like the redsmiths, in 3-4, the maximum is 4. A level 1 redsmith will hammer copper items that can't be repaired. These items with being hammered back to sheet metal, ready to be made into something else. If they are experienced enough, a test is given to see if they can do a level 2 roll. This test is to make a simple piece of jewelry that will not be anything impressive, but will test their hammering technique and their ability to learn new things, as they will be making items that require them to cut the copper. The item of jewelry would be sold if it is of sellable quality. At level 2, if they have not been given orders to make, they will cut copper metal that has either been hammered or new sheeting to the size that needs to be made into the future item. If the item is small, like a piece of jewelry, then this copper will originate from a length of copper pipe. If they have orders to complete the items, they can complete are as follows: jewelry, decorative panels, plates and cookware, trays, frames, fry and saucepans, pans and bowls, copper mugs and utensils, and funnels. Alright, good stuff. At this level, they begin to be able to make items with the copper. These tend to be basic and uncomplicated in the sense of soldering and creation. The most complex at level 3 Red Smith can complete is hammering patterns into items. At this level, they can start repairing items that are equal to or below their level. Items they can produce are more intricate jewelry, copper mugs and utensils, plates, trays, plates and cookwares, fry and saucepans, pans and bowls, and then the below levels. Okay, you have below levels there. Or then the below instead of below. Yeah, there you go. Oh, then the low levels. Bases, kettles, light fixtures, range hoods, and sheathing. Not used in the city as it is in land. At this level, an experienced redsmith can make more decorative items that require extra copper to be soldered to the item to make them look more ostentatious. The items they can make are intricate jewelry, copper mugs and utensils, small sculptures in leather veins. They also repair these items, tea and coffee pots, jugs, and fountains. Redsmith shops that have space will be able to have level 5 onwards. These people will be able to make components to stills. These stills are used in distilleries to make spirits and last 5 years until they need to be replaced to build up the copper sulfide on the inside of the still. The still can only be repaired if it has a leak in its components from pipes. The still is made from 3 components that can be brazed together. Okay, this is your first time using the word brazed. I believe in previous time you used welded, so you may want to make that consistent between welded and brazed. Items they can make are medium-sized sculptures with their veins and fountains. As above, they can make the parts for stills. At this level, they take the parts that have been made by the level 5 redsmith and constructs and the relevant item. The items they finish up are large stills, sculptures, and fountains. That's kind of repetitive with the previous paragraph. They tend not to repair existing sculptures and fountains unless level 5 redsmith is ill or unavailable. Do I mean soldered? I don't know. It could be either. I don't know. I don't know what the correct term for fixing 2 pieces of copper together. Red123 Wood, thank you so much for the follow. Okay, payment. Pay increases with level. If a lower level is ill, a higher level up can do the work of that level. Okay, benefits. With all levels, there's a possibility of going outside the workshop. This isn't just to repair the sculpture if their levels allow for it, but it can be to deliver some items for metal plating. As some items require plating, these are items such plating. Okay, As some items require plating, these are items Such would be items that don't need to be kept to keep their copper color, whether it be shiny tarnish or patina, green rust. These items are pots and pans apart from the underside, some jewelry items, plates and bowls, but cutlery is not plated. Funnels and jugs. Yeah, that's a long sentence. The reason why people enjoy having their crockery plated while not having their cutlery go through the same process is because as the plating wears out, the copper will be revealed, making nice patterns. With the cutlery, it will be the same. With tarnish and painting, they look more appealing to the residents. It isn't like they do new sets to have. It isn't that they don't like new sets. It's nice to have a well-used set with these patterns. Okay, very good. All right, so this has, okay, yes. Hey Eva, 331, red 123 wood. This man is a mad Greg. Yeah, okay. So, okay, James, I do like the article. I don't think there needs to be a lot added to the article. You do go into a lot of information about the whole level thing. Was confusing. Level 1 through level 5. I don't... Oh, a drink. Okay. I don't know if it's really practical to have 6 levels of smithing. I don't know, but that's your choice. If you want to have 6 levels of smithing, that's totally your call. I just don't know if it really would have happened that way in your setting. I know I'm old. You don't need to rub it in. All right. So yeah, career progression. Yeah, but I think you have a lot of great information here. There's a lot more about the art of redsmithing than the actual red smith themselves. So I'm not exactly sure which. There we go. I'm not exactly sure which one you want to have the focus of your article, because you could focus a lot on the craft of redsmithing versus the redsmith itself. So that's just something that you could take a look into. Is you may want to split this article into 2, because you have the two different approaches, or you can keep it the same. Okay, because there is redsmithing the craft, and there's redsmithing the profession. But anyway, yeah. So good article. Do you have any more questions, James? All right, there we go. We have all right, this is the last sprint of the morning. And it looks like, no, I don't. Okay, good. Then I'm going to close this down. Thanks, James. As a reminder today, there is the 1-week challenge e-workshop hosted by friend of the channel, Dan the Noodle Man. And Dan the Noodle Man, if you go to event 1-week challenge, or you just show up to Dan the Noodle Man Twitch stream at 12. Well, it's 11 o'clock my time, but it's 12 o'clock Central Time. And yeah. And so if you want to know more about this, you can go to facebook.com/WriterGreg, where I have a post sharing this information. But you can learn what Dan learned writing a screenplay in a week. So that I'll be there, and if you want to be there too, the link is available. Okay. So we have one last sprint to go on today. So let's jump in there. And there's the sprint. All right, the sprint is starting. Let's turn up the music, turn off the microphone. I'll see you in 10. Let's make it a good one. All right, that is the end of the sprints for this morning. How did everybody do? Hoping it was all went well. Okay, so I'm now at 16,524. So that was over nearly 2,000 words added. Thank you, Sudan, for contributing to the 1 million lemon challenge. I greatly appreciate that. Remember, all of the contributions to the lemon challenge is to have a 24-hour writing stream. Lemon challenge is to hosted by me in on November 30th to celebrate the end of NaNoWriMo. So that is what I'm going to be working on. So, Aaron Ree, thank you so much. Wordslayer, thank you so much. Okay, Tangerine did 163 words for the sprint and 1,332 total for the tonight's stream. Excellent job, Mushy Tangerine. Well done. Well done. That is good to hear. People being able to put in almost NaNoWriMo numbers on a NaNoWriMo month. That is really good. 4 words on 4 words on redsmithing, but started editing for grammar. I will use Monday Sprint to make sure references work and put them in as well. Very good. Tangerine has hit the 15,000 goal today. Wow. Congratulations. That is well done. All right. So, it is a good Saturday morning. I do hope that you all have a great day. I'm going to be out of here in a little bit. So please make sure that you take care. Have a great weekend. If available, keep on writing. I will be back Monday morning. I take Saturday evening and Sundays off. So I will be back Monday morning for more marches. We don't have a lot of options here for streaming. I mean, for rating. Let's see if, okay. Let's see what we got here on the calendar. Okay. Well, all right, so we are going to raid the Shy Red Fox, a fellow member of the Anvilite Streamer Corps. I'm not sure what she's working on today. But when you go over there, please make sure that you do shout out Lemon Raid in the chat window to let her know that where you came from. And I do hope that everyone has a great day. Thank you so much. And I will see you Monday morning for more morning marches. Good day, everyone.